Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the dog. So welcome back all my dog friends. I am sorry that it is a very late one for you guys. I am a couple of days behind. I had a very busy weekend. So I'm only catching up now. So we're going to be doing your reading. We're going to then jump on with the pig and then the rat and the ox after that. So very, very busy evening catching up on these videos. But we're just going to shuffle these up and see how you guys are getting on. Give them a move around. Shuffle them up. And we will stop round about there, I think. No. There. And we'll take that one from the bottom. We'll take that one from the middle. We'll take that one from the top. What have we got? A black, white and a black. So we've got some negative energy hanging around, but as I've said before, black isn't always an attack, white isn't always all right, but we have got this sort of cloud lingering. Doesn't look great, but we'll flip them over. We'll see what the compatibility is on the other side, and it's not that bad. We've got the dog card. That's your card there, but it is in the negative. So maybe you feel like there's something going on that you are unsure of or you're suspicious of at the moment. I think with the compatibility between dogs as well, it's a touch and go one, because they can be really, really good friends, or they just keep themselves apart from each other because they want to avoid conflict. You want to avoid conflict. And I think right now you're suspicious of something. So you're kind of not in a bad negative place. I don't think this is a negative place. I just think you're trying to avoid conflict. You're trying to avoid something. There's something happening, something going on, something that's not your, it's not immediately in your space. It's not something that's immediately involving you, but it's definitely something that is in your space that you're kind of trying to keep yourself out of. You're taking a step back from it. You're watching from afar. You're just trying to figure out your position in it, basically, where your position is. Because if you have to fight, you're going to fight. If you get dragged into it, then yep, bring it on. But right now, that's not what you want. You're avoiding that, and rightfully so. It's not your fight, and you need to pick your battles. And I think that's what you're trying to do, is pick your battles. Be protective of yourself. And that dog card does represent that. Being vigilant, being protective, being sort of, not in defense as in being defensive and getting defensive towards people, but being in defense as in boundaries, having your guard up, making sure that nothing's out to get you. Nothing's coming to, I suppose in some ways, bring you down or drag you into these conflicts or negative places. I think right now you're just trying to, I guess, you're trying to figure out if there is trouble before you proceed. Being observant. You're kind of just like looking at the sort of way ahead, and you're going, okay, I can see that there's some hurdles, there's some obstacles, there's some holes in the road. Potentially, I could end up getting hurt. I could end up, failing at this. What you're doing is a risk assessment. This is like a risk assessment. You're doing a risk assessment, and it's paying off. I mean, this is a good thing and a good way to look about it, because we've got progress with the way you're risk assessing things. That horse is in your triangle. It's a very compatible card. This could have something to do with romantic, a romantic element. It could have something to do with a relationship and a matter of the heart. Potentially you've got into a relationship, you're a little bit worried or a little bit, oh, is it going to be okay? Is everything all right? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's all early days. It's a romantic card, but things are good. Things are moving forward. You're in a good place. The dog and the horse are a very compatible match. And I think right now you are in a better position than most people that would be in this position that you're in, because you are honest and you are straight up, and you do sort of get direct and straight to the point. So if it is a romantic thing, if you are in a relationship, then you'll know where you stand relatively quickly, because as you are direct, the people responding to you should also be direct and give you that, I guess in some ways, a answer to what you're waiting for. So instead of you kind of hinting at what you want to hear, or hinting at what these people, this person, these people, whatever it is something, there's someone, instead of kind of hinting at what you want them to say or trying to coerce some kind of information out of them, That's pointless. That's going to get you nowhere. You know you're not going to get anywhere with that. So instead, you being you will be directing to the point. Are we together? Are we not? Are we gonna, are we happy? Are we not? Are we okay? Are we not? Whatever. And that should get you the answers that you are seeking for. This is the seeking. Should get you the things that you want from this. And then you know where you stand. And then you can move forward. And that is a white horse, so you are moving forward. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going in the direction you want to go, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going in the direction that you would prefer. It just means that things are now moving forward. It'll either move you closer towards this person, this something, this, whatever, or it'll move you away because it's not meant for you, because whatever's meant for you will never move away from you. You can only ever move towards what is meant for you. And if it comes into your life, it's because it's supposed to be there. So if you do find that you're moving away from something and you're thinking, well, hang on a second, I thought things were going to go really, really well. I thought things were going to work out okay. It just wasn't meant to be. Because everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not yet okay, then obviously it's not yet the end. And it isn't the end, because we're going to be moving into this time here of a nice slow pace, slowing it down and thinking about things and thinking things through. We've got that ox card there, that sort of, let's take time to actually think about things. Let's take time to reflect on things. That deep thinking ox person with its mind that, I guess in some ways, is very independent enough to not selfishly put themselves first, but in other ways is independent enough to kind of be like, you know what, I'm okay on my own, and if I have to be on my own, then I'll be on my own. The dog and the ox, I guess they do get on and they are okay together. They're not the best of friends, but it's not a bad card. I just think as you are that sort of person that is doing the thinking and you are in that position, it's not necessarily a good card because you are slowing down after moving forward. But I think, as I say, this has just put you in the direction to start moving. The pace you go, it doesn't need to be rushed. It doesn't need to be rushed. So you need to slow it down a little bit. Because if you're moving too fast and you move too quickly, you're going to move without thinking. And then you could make moves that you will regret. You could end up falling over, tripping up on those hurdles, those obstacles, falling in one of those holes. That dog card, it's there for a reason. It's there because it's looking out for you. It's there because you are in a vulnerable place. And that's what it is. It's not a negative place. It's just a vulnerable place. As I say, maybe it's got something to do with relationships, and that's why you're kind of in a place of vulnerability, unsure, and, I guess, I don't want to say suspicious, but I think everybody in a relationship is always kind of like suspicious at the beginning of, is it going to go well? Is it not? Is this person who I think they are? Are they being honest with me? Do they fancy me? Do I fancy them? Blah, 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 blah. And it may not even be a new relationship. It could have nothing to do with the relationship at all. But there is something going on that's got your defenses up. You're a little bit suspicious of it. You're a little bit, cautious is the better word. You're a little bit cautious with it. And because of your caution and your risk assessment of that, you are now moving forward. There is still a lot to think about, but the pace that you're going now is nice and slow enough to, to think about it. And that doesn't necessarily mean things are going to go into a bad place. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to, like I say, the ox and the dog, they do very well together. But I think right now your discipline against, putting, this disciplinarian that you've got going on here, where you're getting all your defensive and your boundaries up and you're trying to kind of like protect yourself. I think potentially you could be overdoing it and overthinking it, and you actually could be, I guess in some ways, hindering yourself. Because you're overthinking it, finding problems that don't exist, finding problems that aren't actually problems. So that's what happens, isn't it, when you start to overthink? You start thinking about everything that could potentially be wrong or what could go wrong, and then those things start to niggle away at us. But we'll find out when we come back, and we'll see next week how you guys get on with that. I'll be back again this evening for a reading for the pig people, and then the rat people, and then the ox people. So if I see you then, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you next week when I come back. Or no, this week, the end of this week, to do a reading for you guys born in the year of the dog again. So thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.